If you're guessing at keywords for your KDP books, you might be sabotaging your sales without even knowing it. In this video, I'm going to show you how to ethically spy on your competition and steal their best performing keywords so that your books actually get found and start selling. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to share a bonus tip that shows you what keywords your own book is ranking for and what to fix if Amazon's getting it wrong. If you're new here, I'm Rachel Harrison-Sund, and I help people turn simple book ideas into passive income streams using the power of print on demand. Now, if you've published previously using KDP, you know that when it comes time to publish your book, you've got the option of including up to 7 keywords. Now, keywords are hugely important because this is how your book gets discovered by the right people. And when Amazon knows exactly which shoppers to put your book in front of, this can lead to more visibility and more sales. Now, just because you choose a specific keyword doesn't guarantee that your book is going to rank for that keyword. Some keywords are just too competitive. This means it's really helpful to have some extra information about the keywords that you choose so that you know that there's enough search volume, in other words, how many people per month are searching for that exact keyword, and to know how competitive that keyword is, because you don't want to use one that's super competitive or your book just simply won't get shown. Now, thankfully, there's several tools that can help you with this. There's a couple of free ones, the AMZ Suggestion Expander, and also the Self-Publishing Titan's Chrome extensions. Now, my favorite tool is a paid tool, and it's called Publisher Rocket. And with Publisher Rocket, I can see the search volume, how many people are searching for that particular keyword in a month, and it shows me how competitive those keywords are as well, so that I don't waste time on keywords that are going to be too competitive. It's also got a bunch of other super useful features, and one of them is what we're going to be talking about in this video, and that is the reverse ASIN lookup.
First, go to the listing of one of your competitors. Scroll down to the ASIN. If your book doesn't have an ASIN, you can also use the ISBN 10. You want to copy that number, head over to Publisher Rocket, and paste it into the reverse ASIN lookup.
From here, you'll see all of the keywords that your particular book is ranking for. Now, one thing to note here, as you can see, this book is ranking for a lot of different keywords. So you're not going to get shown the exact keyword strings that this author has used on the back end, but you are getting shown the keywords that the book is ranking for, and that is 10 times more important. So what Amazon actually does is it looks at the keywords that you've entered, but it also looks at the rest of your metadata as well. So your title, your subtitle, your description, your categories, all of those things. So Amazon looks at all of that information in combination and then determines which keywords your book would be most suited to be shown for. Once you've got this list of keywords, you can click on down the line here, and Publisher Rocket is going to show you the search volume per month of each of those keywords along with the competitive score. And if I want to use any of these keywords for my own book, I'm not just going to choose them willy-nilly. I want to make sure that there's enough search volume, and I want to make sure that they're not too competitive. So Publisher Rocket has this great color coding system. It's also going to give you a competitive score, and a competitive score in green means it's low competition. Yellow is medium competition, and red is high competition, so I would steer clear of those. So you can see in this example that many of these first keywords are moderately competitive. They also have very decent search volume. Now, there's a couple of keywords here that I would want to look at further. This Would You Rather Kids Daughter 10 to 11 keyword, that's got decent search volume at 723 estimated searches per month. It's also got low competition. Same with the keyword below it, which is essentially the exact same keyword. It's just got a number that's different. Again, over 700 searches per month with a 40 competitive score. Now, one thing to note here when you're doing this, at first glance, this looks like a great keyword, but what I would want to find out in this specific instance is, would you rather a trademarked phrase? That's the name of this book. So if I was actually researching this book and potentially wanting to use one of these keywords, the first thing I would do is head over to the USPTO and just make sure that this specific phrase doesn't have a trademark registered to it, because you're not allowed to use trademarked phrases in your keywords or anywhere on your book. So I wanted to point that out to you because it's come up in this example. So once you've entered your competitor's book into Publisher Rocket, now it's time to start picking and choosing keywords for yourself. You know that all of these keywords that are showing up here are successful keywords. These are keywords that are working for your competitors' books, meaning they're probably going to be great keywords for you. But here's what you need to look for. You need to make sure there's adequate searches per month. Now, typically, I like to make sure that a keyword I'm using has at least 1,000 searches per month, but for sure, you really don't want to go any lower than 100 searches per month. Anything lower than 100 and there's just not enough people searching for it, And so it's really not going to help you get any sales. And the other thing you want to look for is the competitive score. So I would probably stay away from all of these moderately competitive keywords. I'm probably going to try and focus on keywords that are under 50 for a competitive score. Okay, so bonus tip here, but before we get to it, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like, do subscribe, and if you want to learn how to generate passive income creating simple, easy to create books, then please download my free guide, 3 Steps to Publishing Your First Low Content Book in Less Than a Day. I have left a link to that down in the description below. All right, so up until this point, we have been talking about how to spy on your competitors' keywords. But you can flip this around to find out which keywords your book is ranking for. Because again, just because you enter specific keywords for your own book on the back end, that doesn't mean that those are the keywords that Amazon is actually going to place you into and ultimately your book will rank for. So again, using Publisher Rocket's reverse ASIN lookup, you can type in your own book's ASIN or ISBN 10 and you can see which keywords your book is actually ranking for. Now again, when you do this exercise, don't expect to see the exact keywords that you entered into each of those 7 keyword slots, because Amazon's looking at all of your metadata collectively. What you entered into the keyword slots, your categories, your title, your subtitle, your description, all of it. Then it's deciding where to ultimately place your book. If you do this exercise and you see a bunch of really weird, irrelevant keywords, then you know that something is up. For whatever reason, Amazon thinks that your book belongs somewhere else. And this could be having a detrimental effect on your sales. If this is the case, not only do you want to have another look at your keywords, but you want to look at your categories. You want to look at your book description. Is there something about your title or your categories or your description that is confusing Amazon and telling it that your book needs to be placed somewhere else? Have a look and make any changes that you think might be necessary, and then use the tool again a short time later after you've made those adjustments and see if it helped. Now, if you want to try Publisher Rocket, I've left a link to that down in the description below. Yes, it is an affiliate link. And I would love to see you here next week. I've got a really juicy video for you. Recently, I got called out on another video that I made, so I'm going to be addressing that. You're not going to want to miss it, so go ahead and hit subscribe. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. And today we talked about keywords, and if you want to learn how to choose the right categories for Amazon, then you can check out this video next. Again, thank you so much for watching. See you next week.